Well. Good evening, my brothers and sisters out there. How you doing this evening? It's dinner time, so come on in and sit down. Your brother Tony got a good meal prepared for you this evening, and you are going to love it. Don't you smell the aroma? And if this is your first time at the dinner table, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tony M. Toomer, and I speak on relationships. I speak on relationship basically from a spiritual point of view, and you will be able to understand the do's and the don'ts in a relationship from a spiritual point of view. I would like to inform you that I'm on two different platforms. I'm on the book and I'm on the tube. If you're on the book, I may make some comments to those that are on the tube, and you may not see their names and comments. And on the flip side of the coin, if you're on the tube, I may make some comments to those that are on the book. You may not see their name and comment, but we're all family here, okay? And let's be on our best behavior at the dinner table, because we may have some guests that may sit down tonight and get some of this good food for the soul, okay? So I hope that all of you had a good day, and I hope that you got some room to feast on this good food tonight. And when you look at the menu, just check out the menu. And when you check out the menu, you're going to see what we're going to consume tonight. And this is going to be a good discussion, by the way. When you look at the menu, on the menu for tonight is ladies, good men don't have a blueprint to your feelings. This is what we're going to expound on, not explain. We're going to expound on this particular topic. Ladies, good men don't have a blueprint to your feelings. Now, there are some of you ladies, not all of you, but there are some of you ladies that feel that the man that you're in a relationship with should know exactly what to say and exactly what to do as far as meeting your needs, your desires, and your wishes. But you must understand this, sister. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. Don't hear, don't hear. Sometimes, sister, you have to articulate to the man what type of needs, desires, and wishes that you have, because sweetheart or sweethearts, men cannot read your mind. How you doing, Sister Tierra Mo? Welcome to the dinner table. Welcome. But before we get into it, let's get this appetizer in, and then we're going to get on into the main course. As it is written in the book of First Peter chapter 3:7. Again, it's First Peter 3:7. Again, it's First Peter chapter 3:7. It said, husbands, likewise, dwell with them with understanding, giving honor to the wife as the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers may not be hindered. First and foremost, you guys that are husband, or you guys that thinking about being a husband, you got to keep this in mind. When you are living with a wife, you have to have understanding. You got to have understanding. And in order to have understanding, brother, you did not come into the world with understanding on a woman. Forget all that stuff, what they say at the barber shop. Forget all that stuff, what they say in the locker rooms and the fishing trips and all that kind of stuff. The coach, a lot of coaches on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. Forget all of that. How you doing, Sister Flo? Welcome to the dinner table. Forget all of that stuff. There's not one man on God's green earth that came into this world with a blueprint to a woman. Any man that claim to have all the answers to a woman, you should say, maybe next time. The only way a man can understand a woman, and I always say this, really, really understand a woman, he must have a relationship with God. Because the Bible clearly tells a man, it commands a man to love his wife. So you guys that are already married, or you guys that are planning on getting married, it's imperative, it's important, it's a must that you have a relationship with God. Reason why you need to have a relationship with God anyway, to represent him on earth and help recruit people and bring them to his son Jesus. And not only that, if you're married or aspiring to get married, you need to understand what you got. You have a woman, and I always say this, women basically function on emotion. There are a lot of us guys, we function a lot on emotion too. The woman makeup is totally different from ours. So, brother, when you get a woman, you must understand that you need understanding to deal with this woman, your wife, or your potential wife. And you must give her honor. You must honor your wife, according to 1 Peter 3:7. I didn't say put her on a pedestal. You must honor the woman just like you went to the Super Bowl and you won that trophy. It's an honor to hold up that trophy. It's an honor if you could hold up your wife. And hopefully some of you women that are looking at me, hopefully that you are living the lifestyle so you could be honored by your husband. But a lot of you sisters, you make it hard for a man to really want to honor you. A lot of you. And like I said, some of you guys, you got to understand, you got to understand your wife. You got to honor your wife, because she is, as the Bible said, she's the weaker vessel. That doesn't mean she's stupid. It doesn't mean that she dumb. How you doing, Sister Carla Houston? Welcome to the dinner table. That doesn't mean she's stupid, dumb, crazy, and all that kind of stuff. She is a female. She is made different from us. Okay? And she, if you are saved and your wife or your potential wife saved, you all got to do this thing together. And one crucial part too, brother, if you don't treat your wife right, and I know some of them may be hard and difficult. The thing is, if you don't, and you call yourself got a relationship with God, according to 1 Peter 3:7, your prayers will be hindered. That's the thing about being married. A lot of men, I'm talking about you Christian man, you get married, but you got to understand this. She could piss you off or whatever, but you got to understand she is a woman, she's your wife, and if you praying to God and you're not treating your wife right, your prayer's going to be hindered. You can get on your knees or whatever. If you're not treating your wife right, your prayer it could go to the ceiling, but it's not going to go. God is not going to even acknowledge your prayer. And I know sometimes, brother, it could be difficult because in relationship, there are storms in the relationships. I understand that. But what you, brother, got to understand, there are going to be storms in the relationship. Women do not operate how we operate. Most of the time, we operate on the analytical, and the feelings is secondary. The feeling is secondary. And that's what your sister got to understand. Men basically operate on the analytical. The feelings are secondary. So, brother, the woman, your wife, will not think like you. You got to understand that she don't think like you. Women basically operate on their emotions and they fluctuate. You must understand that. That's a key. You must understand that. And on the flip side, you sisters, you got to understand this. Men, since men basically operate on the analytics or analytical side, men don't understand, can't relate to your feelings. Brothers can't relate to your feelings, sister. I need to tell you that. When you are with a man, you got to understand. And some of you say men are cold and all that kind of stuff, quiet and stuff. We made differently. You got to understand that, sister. We are made different. So, ladies, you got to understand that good men don't have a blueprint to your feelings. When a man come into this world, he is thrown different things of how to treat a woman. Main thing is basically pay the bills, give her some money, and happy wife, happy life. That's a bunch of crap right there. A man should not try to make a wife consistently be a do boy. So, sister, let me tell you something. If you got a man that's a do boy or a yes man, you will not respect him. If you have a man that always say, yes, honey, whatever you say, you're not going to respect him. You may think you will respect him, but you're going to lose a whole lot of respect because deep down inside, sister, you want a man that he may give you some passes sometimes, but you want a man that can make decisive decisions. That's what you really desire in your heart. You want a man that sometimes he will say no. Now, he's not your daddy, but you want a man, even if you cry, and some of you sisters, you can really manufacture tears. But sometimes you want a man to be able to look beyond those tears and don't be moved by your tears. Now, there's a thing called compassion. But you want that man to be able to say, look, in his mind, I see you crying and I can empathize, but for the good of our relationship with God and our family, it's no right now. So, sister, what you need in a man is a man that's going to tell you one of these three things when you go to him with a request. You want a man to say sometime yes. You want a man, no, I ain't gonna say want, you need a man that sometimes say yes. You need a man that sometimes say not right now. You need a man that will say sometime wait for I could do something better. And you really need a man that could be firm sometime and say no. So it's four things, sister, that are very critical. And brother, you need to listen to it. What I'm saying, sister, you need a man that could say yes. You need a man that could say not right now. You need a man that could say, we could do better, or I got something better, or a man that could say no sometime. You don't want to do boy. You think you want to do boy. You don't want to do boy. You need a man in your life sometime where, and you'll feel better down the road. You may pout sometime like a little baby, but when you think about it and when you have time to process it, sister, you'll say, now that's a man. That's a man. Cause although those four things that I'm telling you, it all adds up to one thing. You know what that is? Respect. Men view love when you respect him. Men do not operate on their emotions like that. Now, we have emotions, but we don't operate on our emotions like that. The key thing is, sister, is respect. You see, men, you have to be able to nurture your man. After respect, you got to be able to nurture him. And another key thing, sister, you need to encourage him. So you need to respect him. You need to nurture him. And what else? What else did I say? I said, I'm going to tell you again. Respect, nurture, and what else? This is a biggie. Encourage him. There are some people outside of your home. And if you got a good man, they encourage your man. Even there are some women out there that encourage your man. Just like you sisters sometimes want to hear a man say, baby, you look good. You look nice. You don't think that man want to hear sometimes some great things about himself? He would rather hear that from you. Now, your man, he doesn't have a blueprint to your feelings. So what must you do? You have to be able to articulate what's going on. You see, this is a critical part. Since men operate differently than women and women operate different from men, both sides like to think that the other side could read the mind. This is very critical. Sisters, a lot of time, let's be clear, sister, a lot of time you think that your man should know what you're thinking. Don't say I'm not telling the truth. You think that if he's a man, he should know everything that I need and everything I want, and he's supposed to be on point 100% of the time. It doesn't work that way. Some of you may be able to relate to this. Your man know that you may be talkative. He may come into the home, and he may say that you talk to him. One day he come in and you be real quiet, because what he's going by? He's going by your body language. And he say, baby, what's wrong with you? And then you say, nothing. Do you know what that means? When you say nothing, a lot of men think that you, okay, nothing. And they just walk on because you said nothing. But you see, the thing is, a lot of you sisters, you think that when you say nothing, you want him to probe you. And then you may have a man that he attempts to probe you. He say, how you doing? And he could see by your body, he hear your voice, but he could tell that there's something wrong. You say nothing. And then he say, you sure? You sure nothing ain't wrong? He said, no, nothing. Then he said, okay. Then he walk off. And you get perturbed because he don't keep inquiring. And then some of you sisters, you get all into your feelings. And then you want to say the man doesn't care for you. So it could escalate to he don't care about me, to you shutting down. Now, this is something very critical. Some of you sisters, you shut down. And when the man see that you're shutting down, he approach you. He already knew something wrong, basically, because your body language. He listened to your nothing, and then you shut down because you start really getting into your feelings then. Because in your mind, you be saying, if he really cared for me, he would have did more. How he was going to do more? He can't read your mind. And this is where a lot of communication problems come in at. A lot of you women, a lot of communication problems. You know why? Because you would tell the man nothing, or you would hit him from the left field and say something like, and this is a whole lot of homes going through this. Some of you sisters may have told your husband that, or your little boyfriend or whatever, I need space. And when you talk about lost in space, you need space. Because you think that, because some of you may say, I always have to ask him to come hold me, come hug me. kiss me on the cheek? Why don't you go out there and buy me that particular dress? Or I need some jewelry, or I need this and that. Let me tell you something, sister. If you talk, he may do it. Look what do we have on the dinner table? The topic is, ladies, good men don't have a blueprint to your feeling. A good man will listen to you. He will listen to the words that you say, but he can't understand the word that you do not say. So you get locked down, and you don't want to express yourself. Now you need a timeout. And when you need a time out, the man, keep in mind, I say a good man. The good man say something like, have I did anything wrong? And he said, no, it's not you, it's me. You need space. Let me tell you what go through a man's mind when you say he needs space. A lot of men, the first thing that comes to a man's mind is, it must be another man. I'm just telling you what comes to most men's mind. Not all men. And all the man may be thinking, because you see, men operate like this. If you tell me what's going on, I could try to fix it. And on the other side, brothers, let me tell you this. A lot of time, the woman, she don't want you to fix it. She wants you to listen to her. Listen to me again, brother. A lot of time, your woman don't want you to fix it. She wants you to listen to her. I'm going to say it one more time, brother. A lot of time, your woman do not want you to fix it. She wants you to listen to her. Now, I'm going to hit the ball back on the other side of the court. Sister, he won't know until you talk. If you don't talk, he don't know. And then when you don't talk and he knows that there's a problem and he wants you to talk to him, I'm talking about a good man, he wants you to talk to him, and then you get frustrated and pull back more and more and more. What do you want, woman? What do you want? And I'm talking about a good man. So you want to take yourself out of the equation. You need the space. You need time to yourself. Let me tell you, a good man, he will give you some space time. Let me put that out there. He will give you time. But there is a time limit. Now, we adults here, let me tell you about some time. Let me tell you about some time, sisters. Listen to me very carefully. If you have a good man, and then you shut down on him, and you withdraw yourself from him from a period of time, if he give you time, you don't need to take a whole lot of time. I could see a few days. You need time to yourself. I can see that. But let me tell you some danger points, sister. You understand this? Your husband is a man. Listen to me very carefully. Your husband is a man. So your husband, he have needs. Because a lot of time when you, sister, take yourself out of the equation, you forget that your husband have needs that you've been doing for him before you got all into your feelings. And you still do not want to articulate what's going on. So you leave him for a while. Guess what happened? And you, sister, better listen to me. Guess what happened when you do these things? That's when Satan come in. Satan know your man got needs. Satan get no. And I'm just gonna be real, sister. A lot of time when you all do that kind of stuff, the man think that you playing head games with him. And let me tell you about even a good man. I could tell you about a good Christian man. If a good Christian man think that you have playing head games with him, Satan know he's gonna take advantage of the opportunity. What do I mean by that? Satan know that there's a problem in your home because one of his demons may report it to him, or they may deal with you on Satan authority. So your husband, being a good man, he hurt and he confused and he trying to figure you out, but you don't want to talk to him. You don't want to communicate with him. So what happened? Satan start putting stuff in your man's mind. I ain't even talking about a Christian man. What kind of thing that Satan put in your man's mind? Keep in mind, I'm talking about you got a good husband, but he's still a man. Don't you know, sister, and this is not no ultimatum or no threat. Don't you know if you got a good man, other women notice that man? Do you not understand that? Other women notice your man, especially if you got a good man. And let me tell you this, sister, if you got a good man and he's married, don't you know, listen to me, you see this right here. You see this right here. It's a wedding band. What else is it called? It's called a chick magnet. This right here draws a whole lot of women to him, even though he married to you. Don't you know, you done heard of side chicks before. You done heard of kept women before. There are a lot of women that will compromise. They know that your husband married, but there's a lot of women that will settle for the concubine role or the side chick role. And if you have a husband because let me tell you something, a lot of times men do not express themselves even to their boys, their men friends. A lot of times men go around holding a whole bunch of stuff, especially they having a problem with their wife, okay, or their potential wife. So Satan know about this. So what Satan do? He used a woman, an outside woman, as a puppet, or women as puppets. They come to your husband at his job, out at the store, or whatever. It could be an old fling. What appear to be out of the blue, a woman called your husband on the phone. A woman texts your husband on the phone, someone he ain't seen in 20 years. And it seems like it is a coincidence, not a coincidence. Satan working through the woman. The woman may not even know that she's being used by Satan. Things like that happen. Then your husband missing you. He missing your presence. You broke down with communication. You don't want to talk. Some of you, it's bad to say, some of you sisters, you equate love with your husband running after you. That's a dangerous game, sister. You married to a man, but you want him to run after you. You need to push that stuff aside, no matter what your mama said or your girl said a long time ago. Don't expect your husband to run after you. Because when you look at, I'm going to give you some cases. Adam and Eve. Adam never ran after Eve. He never did. Isaac and Rebekah. Isaac never ran after Rebekah. Boaz and Ruth. Boaz never ran after Ruth. Why? Those three relationships that I'm talking to you about, God arranged all of that. God never have his sons to run after a woman. He never does that. That's the world thing. To have a man to run after a woman like he is a lion and she's a gazelle or something like that. That's the world thing. Some of you sisters, you need to stop. And a lot of you sisters that are in a good relationship, listen to what I'm saying. You need to be careful what type of women you hanging around. If you hanging around women that got men coming in and out of their lives, if you got women that have bad history with men, if you got a woman that got a piece of a man, don't you know some of your girlfriends are envious of you? They want what you got. They are jealous of you. They are jealous because how your husband look at you. They want another man to look at them or their man to look at them. But no, you you are in your feelings in a bad way. Now, feelings are good, but in a bad way. So you withdraw your respect from the man. You withdraw nurturing the man. You withdraw encouraging the man. Then this side woman, she step up to the plate. She there to respect your husband. She there to nurture your husband. She's there to encourage your husband. And you took all of that away. You shut down. You didn't want to talk to him. So what happened? This is a dangerous time. At this particular time, let me tell you what could possibly go wrong. If you play those type of games with your husband, you could lose a good man. You could lose a good man. And then you'll be kicking yourself in your own rear end because you went the selfish route and you did not want to communicate with your husband. And the dangerous thing about it too, if your husband think that he got value, and this is a dangerous type of man too. I'm not saying a narcissist, but if your man know that he got value, it's just a matter of time before he's thinking in his mind, I don't have time for this nonsense. I tried to talk to her. She don't want to talk to me. She shut down. I didn't cheat on her. I didn't do all this and that. She said it's a thing she going through. You are treading on dangerous water because Satan like when there'll be problems in the relationship. That's when he capitalized, sister, on the relationship. That's why I'm trying to tell you, sisters, your man does not have a blueprint. Now, that's why it's very important what type of man you get married to. Sister, you need to marry a man that is nothing other than a Christian. But what comes with this man? He's going to have flaws. He's going to have shortcomings. He don't understand everything. He's on a journey with you. He's trying to learn about God, which is going to be a lifetime. And while he's trying to learn about God, he's trying to learn about you. Jesus equipped in this man how, and this is a continuous thing. This man is being taught, guided, and shown how to love you. And it's a step by step by step thing. He don't have all the answers. Your man doesn't have a blueprint. So this is what I hear on a lot of my consultation. When women talk to me, most of the time they be talking about me. Some women will actually say, I got a good man, but he don't ask me to go out. He don't ask me to do this. He don't volunteer this. I always have to bring up stuff. To make it easy for you, sister, why don't you tell him, verbally tell him some things, what you need to do. If you got a good man, he's going to listen to you because he can't read your mind. You need to say, look, we need to talk. Instead of shutting down on him and vanishing away. I guarantee you, if you have a Christian man that's a good man, that's in love with you, he's going to listen to you. And and if you express your needs to him, that's what you express to him first, your needs before your want and your wishes. Some of you sisters, you got to get away from looking at all that Lifetime crap. It's good for entertainment. Some of those romantic novels, it's good for entertainment. Going on social media, getting advice from ladies that they try to teach you how to manipulate men. Even there are some men coaches online that try to teach you how to manipulate men. You don't supposed to try to manipulate your man. You're supposed to be straight up with your man. If you be straight up with the man, you can get something. And then you'll feel better. But that man, you got to understand this too, sister, your husband at his best cannot make you happy. And this what mess a whole lot of women up too. You get to the point in your life where you say, I don't love you no more. You know why a lot of you ladies tell him your husband that you don't love him and he's supposed to be a good man? Because you looking for the man to make you happy. Your husband can't make you happy. Your husband, if your husband gave you $1 million, you'll be okay temporarily, but you're gonna want an extra dollar. If your man buy you a top of the line car, eventually you're gonna want another car. If your man buy you an expensive ring, eventually you're gonna want another ring. No matter what your husband buy you, you're gonna always want something else. If your man buy you the house of your dream, eventually you're gonna want another house if he can afford it. So your desire is gonna always be want. Most of it is what you are not needs but wants. You see, if your man meeting your needs, and if he's kind of slow on meeting some of your needs, the first thing you need to do is express your needs to your husband. That'll get his attention. Or those of you that are planning on getting married, you need to tell the potential husband, look, this is what I need. Then you go to the wants. And like I say, if you have a good man, you laying out the blueprint for him. Let me tell you something, sister. When God calls this man to find you, and you claim that he's a good man, the Lord will teach God and show this man how to love you. But guess what? He put something in you too. You got to communicate. You got a blueprint. That's just like a man, he want to build a house or some structure. He don't just get stuff together. It's a blueprint. It's a pattern. You need to give your good man a blueprint. If you don't give him your blueprint, because you see, different women have different needs, desires, and wishes. You got to let your man know what yours is. And if you do not, you're going to always have communication problems. You might even become depressed when you can avoid all that by talking to him. And you see, some of you sisters, one of your big hang-ups is you don't want to talk. You think he should, and some of you up in your 40s, 50s, 60s, even 70s, you still don't get it in your head that he can't read your mind. You got to express yourself. And don't be playing games where you want him to run after you to try to get the answer out of you. Naturally, he's going to try to fix it. Why? Because you, his wife. That's how men operate. Men hear a problem and see a problem, want to solve it. But brothers, listen to me. When your wife talk to you, a lot of times, this is where you got to listen to her with your heart. Listen to her not only with your ears, you hear with your ear, but you need to listen to her. Because a lot of times she just want to talk. And if your wife been through something traumatic in her lifetime, you can say all the words you want. Never say this, you can get over it. Brother, if your wife have dealt with something in her past what she ain't never talked to you about, never say this, you can get over it. Don't ever say that, you can get over it. Just like it ain't nothing. If you say something like that, you could say something like, whatever it is, the Lord will get you through it. And I'm here to help you. That's how you go about it. The Lord will get you through it, and I'm here to help you. But the only way I can help you, you got to talk to me. You got to talk to me. But I'm telling you, sisters, when y'all play these games with your man, these head games to see how much he cares for you and stuff like that, you open the door up for Satan. You open the door wide up for Satan. And then when your man stray from you, you got another issue. Now, some of you saying, why did he stray? Because you withdrew yourself from him. That's why he strayed. And I'm not making no excuse for the man. You took away your respect from him. You took away your nurturing from him. And you took away your encouragement from him. And those women out in the street, a lot of them know that. You just pulled yourself totally away and you think everything is okay until you get yourself together. Let me tell you something, sister. A lot of your husband, they deal with a whole lot of things. And yet your husband deal with a lot of things, and a lot of times he able to separate what's out there on his job and stuff from home. A lot of your men, if you notice, some of you sisters, a lot of time your man don't tell you about what's going on out there at his job and stuff. Every now and then he may say something. But a lot of men, they try to separate what's going on out there in the world from what's in the house. You see, what's in the house is a home. Whether it's an apartment, it's a home. Whether it's a condo, it's a home. Your man want peace. But when you're doing all this stuff, you robbing him from his peace. All you sisters, the respect, the nurturing, and the encouragement, all that going to rest on peace. If you give your husband or your potential husband a peace of mind, a Christian man, he would do something for you that no other man ever done for you before. I'm trying to help somebody out there. I'm trying to help some of you out there that's at the dinner table. I'm giving you this food to chew on, to nurture you. So what does good food do? What do good food do? It helps your body. And that's what I'm serving you. It will help your soul. You and your husband are soul mates, not soul tied. You're soul mates. As it is written, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, I should call a woman because she came from a man. When God brought you all together, you became one. But when you decide to pull yourself away from him, you are doing something to the relationship. A lot of you women, you sabotage your relationship. There are some men that sabotage the relationship, but a lot of you sisters, you sabotage your relationship. You playing those little girl games with a good man. I tell you what, I'm giving it to you at the dinner table. I'm giving it to you. What you gonna do? You're gonna run into the restroom, put your finger down your throat, and regurgitate what I'm telling you to help you out? Some of you sisters right now that are single. Now, what I'm about to say, don't get frigidity. Don't take this and feel bad, but some of you sisters that are single, there's a possibility that you had a good man, but you sabotaged it. You sabotaged it. There are a lot of you sisters, you desire to be with a man. You desire to be married. God probably have brought the man to you in your face and you couldn't recognize him. That man, you see, God don't make robots. That man, once he got a little taste of you, he pulled back. And then you want to say, I thought everything was going okay, but you forgot some of the stuff that you was doing. And let me tell you this, some of you sisters, instead of showing the man the blueprint, you need to understand your role in the relationship. There are some of you sisters, you try to be controlling. If you got a man, A man is not going to take a controlling, acting woman. You see, it can't be two alphas. It cannot be two alphas. What do I mean by that? Let's go to the lion kingdom. You have a male lion, and then you have females, lioness. What does the male do? He protect the pride from all forces. He's in protection mode. What happened when another male lion come in? He's not just going to come in. Cause that the main lion, he know that what this other lion trying to do, he trying to take what he got. So that's two male lions. Now let's say a female, she pretends to be a male lion. She coming in with all that male aggression. All he's gonna do, all he's gonna do is what he would do with a male lion. He going to raise up and he gonna look at you, because now you coming to him in a masculine energy. Your man, he wants a woman that is feminine, not masculine. So, sister, bottom line, blueprint. Communicate to your husband or your potential husband. Communicate. I'm not talking about a good man. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Talk, talk, talk. He cannot read your mind. He cannot read your mind. He cannot read your mind. Don't get into those little girly games. Stop looking for, if some of you sisters, you up in age and you still playing those little girly high school games. You play these little head games and you want your man to pursue you. To you, you think running after you, that shows love. That does not show love. Why does your husband have to run after you? Why? Why you put yourself in a position for your husband to run after you? What happened when men run after women? What happened when Samson ran after Delilah? He got a free haircut. And we know what happened to Samson, right? What happened to King Solomon when he ran after those women? 700 wives, 300 concubines. What happened to him? He failed. Although those two cases in the Bible tell me a man should not run after a woman. And by the way, you don't have to run after no man, but no godly man gonna run after you. Godly men don't run after women. Godly men come to you and they should be direct and say, this is it. Don't play head games with your man, okay? That's all I can say. Give your man the blueprint. I hope you all enjoyed this dinner at the dinner table tonight. Just think about it, you brothers and sisters. Just think about it. Your marriage could be much better, sister, when you give the blueprint. You sister, you potential sister that are engaged, about to get married or whatever, the blueprint. Give him the blueprint because he can't reach your mind. If you have any comments or questions in that comment section, put wait and I will wait for your question or comment. If you do not have a question or you do not have a comment, you could get some of this good food for the soul, pack it up and put it in the freezer and put that bad boy in the microwave, or better yet, share it with some more family members and friends. And you can always, when you know it's dinner time, what tomorrow is. Dinner time tomorrow, my sister, is going to be dinner time again. I'll pop in and you just be ready for the dinner. I'm going to ring the bell and you just come on in. So it's time for me to clean up the kitchen. You ain't got to clean it up. Just go ahead with your carrot plate. Your brother Tony got it. Remember this. that I love you. Believe this. Say la vie. Peace out. I love you, brother. I love you, sister. Amen. Good night.